Kira's fear palpable. Steve says,
What are we going to do?
Kira's fear palpable. Steve says, we need to get you out of here. He pulls out his phone, dials a number, and speaks in hushed tones to Kate, a contact within the military police, arranging a safe house.
Kate's found us a place. It's not ideal, but it's safe. For now.
Okay.
Kira quickly changes into her clothes, her hands trembling slightly as she folds the towel and places it back on the rack. The lavender scent lingers, a stark contrast to the growing fear in the room. She packs her belongings, her movements precise and economical, as if conserving energy.
Did you hear that? I think that's Matthew down there. Again? Sounds like he's spray painting something.
Damn him. He's taunting us. He knows we're here.
Let's get out of here before he decides to pay us a visit. Come on, Kara.
Steve escorts Kara to the car, his hand protectively on her back. Jeremy loads the bags into the trunk, his eyes constantly scanning the street. The tension hangs heavy in the air, as if the approaching twilight itself carries a sense of menace. They get into the car, the doors slamming shut, a small, defiant sound against the growing darkness.
Just freeze, Kira. We'll be there soon.
The car speeds away, leaving the derelict motel and Matthew's taunting laughter behind. Inside the car, a strange silence falls. Kira stares out the window, the city lights blurring past, each streetlight a momentary flicker in the overwhelming darkness. The safe house, though a refuge, feels like just another stop on a journey with no clear destination.
I don't think I can sleep tonight.
I picked up some melatonin. Maybe that will help.
That's a good idea, Jeremy. Try to get some rest, Kira. Everything will be okay.
I hope you're right, Steve. I hope you're right, Steve.
The hum of the car engine filled the silence, a low thrum against the backdrop of the city's night symphony. Kara's words hung heavy in the air, a fragile hope against the weight of their reality.
I'm bored. Put a movie on or something, Paul.
Be quiet for a while, Tina. This is a classic.
The soft glow of the television illuminated the opulent penthouse, a stark contrast to the gritty streets below. The air hung thick with a strange mix of luxury and unease.
I did what you paid for, Grant. I saw your siren.
And where is she?
She escaped with the American soldiers.
You useless imbecile. You let her slip through your fingers. After everything I've invested.
Shards of glass scattered across the floor, reflecting the distorted images of the room like a fractured reality. Tina watched the scene unfold, a mixture of fear and amusement swirling within her.
Seriously, Paul? Your followers are morons.
Shut up, Tina. Watch the movie.
This is more entertaining than the movie, honestly.
Paul Grant grabs Matthew roughly by the arm, dragging him towards the hallway. The sounds of yelling and banging echo through the apartment, punctuating the tense silence. Tina's laughter rings out, sharp and brittle, a discordant melody against the backdrop of violence.
Maybe I should call Kira. Maybe I should call Kira.
Kara? You don't even have her number, Tina.
The flickering light of the television illuminates the tension in the room, the air thick with unspoken threats. Tina watches Paul Grant warily, her usual flippancy replaced by a flicker of unease.
So, about Matthew.
What about him? Let's just say, he hasn't disappointed me. Yet?
A chill runs down Tina's spine. Paul's words hang in the air, heavy with unspoken menace. For the first time, Tina feels a genuine tremor of fear.
Right. So, this movie.
The scene shifts to a brightly lit safe house, a stark contrast to the oppressive atmosphere of Paul Grant's apartment. Kira stretches, blinking sleepily, disoriented after a long, restless slumber in the back of Steve's car.
What time is it?
The aroma of coffee hangs in the air, mingling with the faint scent of antiseptic. In the living room, Steve and Jeremy are engrossed in conversation, to empty beer bottles sitting on the coffee table between them.
Coffee's ready. You were out cold. Jeremy here kept us entertained with his stories about... What was it again?
My misspent youth. You know, the usual.
Feels like my life has turned into some bizarre mix of due south and the outer limits.
Loved the robot ones. Especially the one with the...
Predictable ending. I'm partial to the Twilight's own myself. More nuanced.
Didn't Captain Kirk guest on a few episodes of that? Talk about nuanced.
The laughter momentarily eases the tension, but the underlying threat of Paul Grant looms large, an unspoken presence casting a shadow over their fragile peace. The laughter momentarily eases the tension, but the underlying threat of Paul Grant looms large, an unspoken presence casting a shadow over their fragile peace.
You know, for an American soldier, you have surprisingly decent taste in sci-fi.
Her teasing tone hides a genuine curiosity, her eyes studying his reaction.
I like sci-fi that makes you stop and think. And if it gives you a kick in the gut as well, then it's a good episode.
Paul knows I'm back in town. There has to be a way to take him down.
If you're thinking of using yourself as bait again, I won't let you.
Tina's like a sister to me. What would you do if it was Jeremy Paul had taken?
The air thickens with unspoken tension. Jeremy shifts uncomfortably in his seat, avoiding eye contact.
I kill him. And I might kill him anyway, but there has to be another way. A smarter way.
I need Tina safe. Ben, I'm not ruling anything out.
The important thing is, Paul thinks you're here, vulnerable. We can use that.
I'm listening. What's the plan?
Jeremy clears his throat, finally breaking his silence. He suggests they reach out to Kate, reminding them of her valuable intel in the past. The mention of Kate's name hangs in the air, a reminder of the complex web of alliances and betrayals they navigate.
We need more information. Kate might be able to help. She's got eyes and ears everywhere.
It's a risk. She's playing a dangerous game, and we don't know whose side she's truly on.
We need to take risks. Paul isn't playing by the rules, and neither can we. I'll reach out to her. Discreetly.
The safe house, once a haven, now feels like a strategic command center, the weight of their decisions pressing down on them. The hum of the refrigerator becomes a background drone to the quiet storm brewing within the room.
I'll start looking into Paul's movements. See if I can pinpoint where he's keeping Tina.
As Jeremy delves into the digital world, Steve and Kira share a look, a silent acknowledgement of the precarious path ahead. The fragile piece shatters completely, replaced by a steely resolve. The hunt is on.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do th-
The safe house air crackles with anticipation. Kira pulls on her leather jacket, a familiar weight settling on her shoulders.
Jeremy, anything on your end?
Jeremy, hunched over his laptop, doesn't respond immediately. The rhythmic click of keys fills the silence. Minutes stretch into an eternity, the tension palpable.
Dingo.
His usual cynicism is replaced by a flicker of hope. The image offers a glimmer of progress in their desperate search.
Found this? Maple Leaf River. Some kind of cult. And look,
He scrolls down, revealing a picture of Kira. Below it, a chilling figure for $1 million. An address accompanies the bounty.
4 million. He's insane.
that bastard.
Jeremy's voice cuts through the anger, a chillingly pragmatic proposal hanging in the air.
I could go undercover. Pretend I want in. Tell him I'll deliver Kara. Get close to him, slip something in his drink.
Steve stares at him, incredulous. The idea, though tempting, seems fraught with danger.
Paul hates Americans. Why would he trust you?
Let's say I have a certain fondness for Tina, and the money, of course.
Steve turns to Kira, seeking her input. The weight of the decision rests heavily upon them. The safe house feels smaller, the walls closing in.
Kira, what do you think?
It might be our only chance. But if this goes down, tell Kate to release the song. Maple Leaf Forever.
The coded message hangs in the air, a stark reminder of the potential consequences. The room is charged with a mixture of fear and determination, a fragile hope flickering in the darkness. The coded message hangs in the air, a stark reminder of the potential consequences. The room is charged with a mixture of fear and determination, a fragile hope flickering in the darkness.
I'll need to email their site, tell them I have Kara. Then we wait for a response.
Kira glances at Steve, her anxiety palpable.
And what do we do in the meantime?
Maybe watch a classic movie? Die Hard? Singing in the Rain? Labyrinth?
David Bowie is king.
Yes, he is.
They settle on the couch, the flickering images of Labyrinth casting an eerie glow on the safe house walls. Jeremy types rapidly on his laptop. The click of the keys a stark counterpoint to the movie's soundtrack. The ballroom scene unfolds, a swirl of vibrant costumes and fantastical creatures as Jeremy's laptop pings with a new message.
They responded. They want proof.
What kind of proof?
A picture of Kara.
It'll have to be with today's newspaper, so they know it's recent.
Good idea.
A sudden knock at the door jolts them. Steve instinctively reaches for the Glock tucked into his waistband. Jeremy freezes, his eyes darting to the door. Kara's breath hitches, a flicker of fear in her eyes. The sudden interruption shatters the fragile illusion of normalcy, plunging them back into the chilling reality of their situation.
Who could that be?
Stay back.
He peers through the peephole, his expression shifting from caution to disbelief. He slowly opens the door, revealing a figure that none of them expected.
Kate, what are you doing here?
We have a problem. A big one. Paul knows about the song.
The air in the room thickens with tension. The three exchange worried glances, the weight of Kate's words settling heavily upon them.
How? We were so careful.
Intercepted comms. He's planning to broadcast Maple Leaf Forever across Canadian radio, twisting it into some anti-American anthem. He thinks it'll ignite nationalistic fervor.
Kara, who had been quietly observing from the hallway, storms into the room, her face flushed with anger.
What? That song was supposed to be pro-Canadian, to reignite real patriotism, not this. This twisted propaganda.
I know, Kara. But Paul has other plans. He's manipulating the narrative.
Damn it, all that work. For nothing.
Hey, it's alright. We'll find another song. We'll find another way.
Another song. What about a spark inside us? You know, from The Princess and the Goblin?
Jeremy, who had been silent until now, raises an eyebrow skeptically. Steve, however, looks intrigued.
Sing a bit of it. Let's hear it.
There's a spark inside us that we can all ignite, and all that's dark inside us will flicker into light.
Kira continues singing, her voice filling the room with a powerful melody. Jeremy crosses his arms and rolls his eyes. But Steve listens intently, a glimmer of hope returning to his eyes.
Apparently, I was at Orson Quebec to rescue in the most perilous situation ever. How cool is that? Actually pretty good. Apparently, I was at Orson Quebec to rescue in the most perilous situation ever. How cool is that? It could work.
I still have the hypnotic buffer program ready to go. We can swap the songs easily. I still have the hypnotic buffer program ready to go. We can swap the songs easily.
Later, at Steve's temporary apartment, Kate addresses Steve and Jeremy, outlining her plan. The living room, cluttered with unpacked boxes and military gear, serves as their makeshift headquarters.
Kyra's song, embedded with hypnotic suggestions, will broadcast during Thompson's address. It'll subtly influence his stance on the treaty.
Hypnotic suggestions? Sounds risky. And what if Grant catches wind of this?
We have to try something. Diplomatic channels are going nowhere.
Ready when you are, Kate. I've been practicing.
Kate places her laptop on the table, sets up a microphone, and cues up the track. Kira listens intently, her expression focused.
Okay, I think I've got it. Let's do this.
Kira takes a deep breath, closes her eyes for a moment, and then begins to sing a cappella. Her voice, clear and resonant, fills the room with the melody of the spark inside us. The coded hypnotic suggestions, imperceptible to the untrained ear, are woven seamlessly into the song's fabric.
Wow, Kara. Just wow.
Jeremy, arms crossed, remains stoic, but a flicker of surprise crosses his face. As the last notes fade, Kira opens her eyes, a strange energy buzzing through her.
Weird. Like I've had 10 cups of coffee.
Suddenly, Kira bursts out the back door and starts dancing in the small garden, her movements erratic and impulsive.
Your girlfriend is odd.
She's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I think I need some fresh air too. Mind if I join the dancing unicorn?
Lighten up, Jeremy. A negative man can't see a mythical creature when it's right in front of him.
Kara's not a mythical creature.
That's where you're wrong, my friend. She's a unicorn. A beautiful, slightly crazy unicorn.